Hi guys, how's it going? So obviously the UK is in the middle of a lockdown at the moment. I've actually been working from home, so I've still been quite busy, but I can't really complain because I'm still working at the moment, which is nice. As you might know, I share outfit pictures on Instagram, and that often involves going out to London, finding a nice area and like a nice setting, and just being outside basically, which in the middle of a lockdown, you can't really do that easily. So I've seen a lot of people on Instagram trying to be creative with their outfit pictures, you know. People are finding like new and interesting ways to take pictures. And I've seen this idea before, like before the lockdown, and I thought it was really cool. And I always wanted to try it. And this lockdown has kind of forced my hand because now I can't easily get out and take pictures. I figured, I might as well try this idea. So what it is shrinking yourself down to like that size and putting yourself, you know, somewhere in your house. These pictures often work best with like some props, so like on a window shelf, a shelf, or on like a desk with like lots of stuff around you. A couple of things you want to keep in mind when you're doing a photo like this is lighting, focus, angle. So with lighting, obviously the lighting of the setting, which is where you're going to place yourself, needs to match the lighting that is hitting you. So if you've got a big highlight coming in, if you've got the sun shining through, you need to have the lighting on you the same direction. That sounds really obvious, but it's something really easy to miss. Focus, so when you're shooting the setting, unless you're just doing it on your phone, you're probably not going to have this problem. If you're shooting on a camera, you probably want a shallow depth of field. Everything's kind of blurry and you know your plane of focus is quite slim. And you also don't want to make that shallow depth of field too shallow, because if it's like a sliver, then it's going to look weird when you put yourself there, because you'll look like a piece of paper, you know, you'll look flat. And then the last thing is angle. You kind of don't want to get the wrong angle because then your feet will look a bit weird. It won't look like you're actually on the surface. You've just got to make sure that the floor is kind of the same angle in both photos of the subject and of the setting. All right, so I'm going to start now to take some photos and then I'll edit them later and I'll show you the whole process. Okay, so I'm going to start looking for a good setting for the photo. God, this camera's really heavy. I don't normally use this one for vlogging. Look. The color theme that I've got going on with my Instagram is at the moment kind of like whites and skin tones and browns. So I kind of want to match that. I could go for something a bit darker, but I'm kind of looking for a surface that's quite light or at least reflective, and something that isn't too dark. So like wood, textures, and all that jazz. You can also get some props and stuff to make it more interesting. But remember, some of that might be out of focus when you're taking the photo. I'm in my family home right now, so there's quite a lot of like old-fashioned stuff around, which is quite nice. So I was thinking of this desk maybe, it's quite interesting. I quite like these little holes. Thing is, the background, even though it's really nice and lush and green, doesn't really fit the theme of my feed. Perhaps I will try and change the angle, I'm not really sure. I do like that desk, I'm just not sure on the background. I could move it in front of a wall. I really want to shoot something on this desk because I love the reflectiveness. I feel like once you get down and really low, it could look really cool to have like a little figure here and the reflection. However, it is backlit, which is quite a pain to edit. This area is pretty cool. I like there's a plant here and these things are quite fun. The thing is though, if I'm going to make myself about this size, these I don't think will fit in the frame. I think I'm going to be too small. I don't think they're going to be in the frame because I want the subject to be quite large, so not sure about that. It's kind of an overcast day today, so the light, there's no like interesting lighting going on through the windows or anything, which is kind of a good thing because it makes it easy to match with the subject. I think I'm going to go with this desk. I'm just going to move it in front of the wall. I think now I'm just going to find some good props to use. There's already some binoculars here, which I quite like, so I might use those. This would be quite a cool prop to use, I think. Probably needs a dust down. Kind of like in this old book as well. I feel like I could use that and stand that on top. And of course, an old camera. I feel like that fits the theme pretty well. Alright, so I was going to move the desk like here in front of this wall, but the sun's come out and it looks really good on this desk. I guess I could get that angle. That's pretty nice. What do you think? It's very easy to get carried away trying to make it look like a good photo. You really got to remember there's going to be a subject in it and they're going to be lit the same way. So while a table might look nice with lighting shining onto it, it might look way too overexposed to have a person there, realistically. Ooh. This is the setup. I've got a camera and some books and the globe. And there's my camera. I've set the books up here because I think I'm gonna have the subject here. I'm wearing quite dark clothes, so without that, it's quite dark in the background. So if I'm putting the books here, at least there's like a nice bright thing behind me. I need to work out where the focus is gonna be. You could put something down, like a bit of blue tack or something to focus on, and then Photoshop it out. I think that might be what I'll do. I'll find something really small to put there. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I've got this tiny piece of card that I'm going to use as a focus mark. Where I think I should stand. There? A bit closer? I don't know. I think that'll do. Using the focus magnifier on this camera to zoom in, move it around a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to up my aperture to make the focus area a bit wider. There we go, now I've got a nice wide, much wider like area of focus. So I'll be able to pop myself in a bit more easily there. The lighting is obviously coming from this direction. Well, actually the shadow helps, it's coming from that direction. So when I take my photo of my guy, in fact, it might be worth me taking a picture of my fingers like this so I can see where the light's hitting. And then when I take the picture of me, I will know how to sort of recreate it. You can literally see the light changing. The sun's going behind the clouds every 10 seconds. So this is gonna be quite a challenge. Okay, so I think I've gotten a good picture. I'm just gonna try and match the subject now to the photo and hope that it works. I'm gonna look at the setting photo and analyze it a little bit and just figure out exactly what kind of lighting I want myself, and then I see if I can recreate it. I'm gonna try and find a background that doesn't have too much going on, because we're gonna have to separate ourselves from the background. So a plain background is best, basically. So I think here is my best bet. I've got the light coming through from here, so hopefully that'll light me properly. And the background's pretty plain. Now I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it works best if you keep the same aperture setting, so the depth of field stays the same. You want to try and match the height. Would it be level with my waist? Would I be level with my chest, sort of thing? I'm gonna be comparing with the photo as much as I can to work out what the height would be. And I'm also gonna try and make sure that I have as much space above my head, like enough headroom as I would if I was in that photo. So I'm just gonna try and match it as if I'm literally taking the exact same photo, but just in a different place, and I'm in it. So this is pretty much the lighting I'm going to be using. I've actually set up a light here just to give it a little bit more feel, because I was a bit black and white, you know, dark on one side, a bit too much highlight on the other side. So I'm trying to fill it a little bit, and I've turned the settings down on the camera. So the outfit that I'm taking a picture of is, the shirt is from Topman. It's nice baggy and light. And then the trousers are from Zara. I really like the texture. They're kind of smart, but also quite casual. And then the trainers are from New Balance. Going for a lot of earthy tones, which actually matches the setting quite well. Hopefully I won't just blend in. And then this necklace as well is actually the same colour as the jeans. It's in greenstone from New Zealand that I bought. I need to upload that vlog. I need to edit that vlog. So I'm going to take these pictures, and I will see you on the other side in the edit. Hey guys, so we're in the edit. I'm going to show you how I edit those two pictures together to get that miniature effect. I went through my pictures of the setting and I picked out the best one. I realised I want my feet to be quite near the bottom of the frame, so it would have been better if I pulled focus a bit closer to the camera. Doesn't matter, I did do like a few different focus tests while I was taking pictures, so that I had a bit of a choice. This is the one that I've picked. I definitely don't need this anymore, because actually I think that's out of focus now anyway. Yeah. So you can see what I was talking about, like there's a small plane of focus like there, just like a band. I think I'm gonna put myself around, I was thinking around here. I think I might get rid of this line first and foremost, so that I don't have to worry about my feet being on that. Just gonna quickly get rid of this. All right, it's a bit messy, but I can clean that up quickly. So while I'm here, I'm going to get rid of this thing, just with the clone tool. So I also went through the pictures of me, the subject. I've picked out one that I think works. Now I edited it, it's a raw photo, so I edited it in RAW a little bit just to bring up the shadows, bring down the highlights, just bring some of the detail back. Didn't really worry too much about matching it to the other photo yet. I can do that with adjustment layers. Here we go, it's me. My t-shirt's a bit messed up there. I didn't realise how folded up it was, which is a bit annoying. So I'm just going to drag myself onto here. So my feet are going to be in the plane of focus around there, which means I need to be out there. That's actually okay, size-wise. We're not really going to know what it looks like until I get rid of the background. So with this layer selected, if we go down to select subject, and this amazing Photoshop tool will select me, because it just knows that's my face. Selection tool, select a mask. This one is the one I want, it's a refine edge tool. It should pick up all the little details that it missed. That's my COVID mullet I've got going on, fantastic. Now that's selected, I can save that selection as me. And now, if I click on the mask tool, it should get rid of the background. There we go. So now it's created this layer mask. If you use Photoshop, you probably know how masks work, but basically, black is invisible, white is visible. If I paint white now, it's going to bring the background back. And if I paint black, it's going to get rid of me. So now that I've isolated myself, it actually doesn't look too bad already. Like, color-wise and lighting, I think it looks okay. Like, I'm not done with it, but it looks better than I thought it would. It's good to look at it as it is now and just be like, okay, what needs changing, and sort of give yourself a mental list of what you need to change. I think the backlight on my arm a little bit looks a bit off. The colouring looks a bit different. I look a bit more saturated, I think. And obviously I need to create a shadow. The lighting is obviously coming from this direction because that's where the shadow is, and the lighting on me is coming from the side, but I think I can go away with it. I think that looks okay. I think part of the reason the images match so well right off the bat is because I kept most of the settings the same. I sort of mentally overlaid myself in the viewfinder to work out where the level would be, and I was like, okay, it'll be on my waist. So I took the picture of me, waist level, and I think it's worked quite well. Like, it's probably not completely accurate, but I think because there's nothing too close to me, the perspective looks okay, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's really annoying that this light here, the shadow is there, but my foot is in the light. I find that it's really bugging me. And I can't move myself forward because I'm in the focus plane. I wonder if I can move the highlight so it's just a little bit different, you know? Like, if it went from here to here, I might try and do that. I'm just going to bring these highlights up because I want them to match the highlights on me, because I'm quite blown out on the shoes, so I feel like the floor should be quite blown out as well. Right, so shadows. Added a little bit of green to the trousers. They'd gone a bit grey, so I wanted to bring that green back. Also, I should probably mention that both photos, I use auto white balance. If you end up with images that just look too different, you can't work out why. Like if one looks warmer or colder, then your white balance is probably what is different. So what I would normally do is, say if I was looking very cold, I would select myself and I would go onto photo filter, which is this, and the default is orange, which is like a warming one. So as you can see, I'm making myself look really orange there. If I need to cool myself down, I can make it blue, cooling filter, and do that. So sometimes what you get is like an image like that, you know, when you put it on, one of them just looks completely different color and you can't work out why. You know, you want to give it a slightly warmer filter to match it to the background. There's your answer. I think because I used auto white balance and the two locations are all quite similar, they're the same, you know, it was the same house, same color walls. So thankfully I don't actually have to do much to that. But that's a good tip for if your pictures just aren't looking the same. So I am going to add a bit of blur into the back of my head and possibly just like the edge of my shoulder and my arm. Anything that's sticking back or forward, like my foot, I'm just going to add a bit of blur to. See, this is where it's tricky because you end up getting carried away. I think I'm just going to have to leave it. It doesn't look perfect to me. I can see lots of flaws, but I think for the most part, it's looking okay. I think it looks good. Yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Do you know what? The more I look at it, the more I'm like, something else is wrong. Okay guys, so that is the final image. I hope you enjoyed watching this like little behind the scenes thing. If you actually have any questions about like stuff I've skipped over, then like ask in the comments and I'll try and answer it. I think it came out okay. And let me know what you think of the finished picture. I'm going to pop it up on Instagram, so if you want to see it, check out my Instagram here. It's andrew.w.pearson. I hope you liked the picture and I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a like and a comment. And if you want to see more videos, obviously subscribe. Take care of yourselves and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.